AeroPeru Flight 603 received airspeed readings that made no sense. Over the Pacific, in darkness. October 2nd, 1996. Lima, Peru. A Boeing 757-200, registration N52AW, sat on the tarmac at Jorge Chávez International Airport. AeroPeru Flight 603 was bound for Santiago, Chile, a routine overnight service along the South American Pacific coast. Captain Eric Schreiber, 58, a veteran pilot with over 22,000 flight hours, commanded the aircraft. First Officer David Fernandez joined him on the flight deck. Behind them sat 61 passengers and 9 crew members. Departure was scheduled for just after midnight. At 0042 local time, Flight 603 lifted off runway 15 and climbed into the darkness over the Pacific Ocean. The skies were clear. The crew followed standard departure procedures. Everything appeared normal. But something was already catastrophically wrong. Within seconds of becoming airborne, the crew noticed something disturbing. The captain's airspeed indicator showed a value that contradicted the first officer's. The altimeters disagreed. The rudder ratio light illuminated. Then the overspeed warning sounded, while simultaneously the stick shaker activated, warning of an impending stall. The contradictory warnings were impossible to reconcile. The aircraft could not be both too fast and too slow. Captain Schreiber contacted Lima Approach, declaring an emergency. He reported, "We have speed and altitude problems. All our instruments are unreliable." The crew requested an immediate return to Lima. For over 25 agonizing minutes, the crew fought to maintain control. Without reliable instruments, they could not determine their true altitude or speed. Lima radar provided altitude readouts, but these too were derived from the aircraft's own faulty transponder. The crew was flying blind over a black ocean with no visual horizon. At 0111 local time, the left wingtip struck the surface of the Pacific Ocean. The aircraft cartwheeled and broke apart on impact approximately 60 kilometers off the coast of Lima. The water was cold and deep. There were no survivors. All 70 people on board perished. Peruvian Navy vessels reached the crash site within hours. Recovery operations continued for weeks in difficult ocean conditions. The flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder were recovered from the ocean floor. The recordings revealed a crew that never stopped working the problem. Professional to the end. The investigation, led by Peru's Comisión de Investigación de Accidentes de Aviación, uncovered a devastating cause. During routine maintenance the night before, a cleaning crew had polished the fuselage. Protective adhesive tape had been placed over the aircraft's static ports, small openings that feed pressure data to the instruments. That tape was never removed. With the static ports sealed, the air data computers received no ambient pressure information. The altimeters, airspeed indicators, and vertical speed instruments all produced erroneous readings. The GPWS, the Ground Proximity Warning System, never activated because it too relied on the blocked ports. The crew received no warning of their descent toward the ocean. The disaster led to sweeping changes. Airlines worldwide reinforced maintenance protocols requiring verification that all protective covers and tape are removed before flight. Boeing updated its procedures for static port protection. The tragedy of Flight 603 became a permanent case study in maintenance discipline and the fragility of instrument-dependent flight. 70 people boarded a routine overnight flight and trusted that every step had been completed. A strip of tape, invisible in the darkness, took that trust away. Their memory endures in every walk-around inspection, every checklist verified, every static port confirmed clear before departure. If this story reminds you why every detail matters in aviation, subscribe. Remember the 70 souls of Flight 603.